Returning back to what is happiness, as I said before, and will keep saying over and over, there are misconceptions of happiness. Some are confusing pleasure for happiness. Others are confusing happiness with a life with no pain. But don't understand me saying pleasure is not important or pain is a must. Pleasure is the spices of life, and pain is a part of your existence. But pain and pleasure are sensations and therefore unstable. In the scales of life, pleasure will always be balanced out by sensation of pain and discomfort. Pain, pleasure, pain, pleasure. Pain breaks your pleasure adaptation cycle. Studies shows when pain goes away, you experience intense pleasure above and beyond the level of pleasure you would experience if you never had any pain at all. Pain strengthens your emotional immunity and our ability to grow. Pain captures your attention. Pain makes you aware of what's going on right now. Whether you're dealing with physical pain or emotional pain, you'll be focused on what's going on in the moment. Being in the moment is a skill people try to learn through meditation, mindfulness, yoga. Being in the moment means you'll be less likely to obsess about what happened yesterday and worry about what could happen tomorrow. Learning to stay in the moment, even when you are not in pain, can help you live a happier life. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Happiness is not the absence of pain. Instead, to live happier, you have to build a mental strength to embrace pain and learn from your own experiences. Pleasure should not be a habit, rather than a reward, me rewarding myself. Pleasure is enjoyable if dealt with scarcity and variability. You cannot enjoy the same food every day. Pleasure is enjoyable if managed with intellect and self-control, not to overuse it. Otherwise, its effect will fade, and then comes the adaptation. Pleasure cannot be hoarded to become happiness. Happiness is not the reward of constant victory. It is dancing with the wind. It's a constant life rhythm that accompanies you in all your life circumstances, whether pleasurable or not. It is now and here skill. It is the byproduct of what you're practicing every day in your life. It's something within you, under your feet, not in the outer space. It is the meal, not the dessert. As pleasure and pain are unstable, happiness can be relatively stable. I hear you asking me, how? As long as you stay in the moment and keep your eyes on the positives happening in your life. That way, even if there are feelings of pain and discomfort, it is possible to remain content and happy in life. You may be still wondering, how is this possible? How to have a steady happiness? By staying aware of your emotional state and accepting the experience of life as it is happening. So accept the way you feel and accept what is happening in your life. Let us say you're feeling lonely. Instead of immediately turning on the TV to distract yourself from this feeling, don't run. Stay present and accept the loneliness as perfectly natural feeling. If you relax and tune in, don't tune out, you will find the steadiness of happiness can exist along your temporary feeling of loneliness. Please revisit your previous definition of happiness. Is your first perception of happiness related to here and now, or out there in another horizon? How big are the changes needed to move it from out there to in here? To be continued with the last episode of How Happy People Stay Happy. Stay tuned. Bye.